the end of the meeting there will be a link sent to all of us where we will vote the best speaker. The next session is the table topic session, which will also be evaluated. Next session will be taken by Toastmaster Shankar. Before introducing him, I would like Toastmaster Jayashree to read out Shankar's project objectives.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Shankar is delivering his project from Motivational Strategies Pathway, Level 3, Project 3, Active Listening. The purpose of this project is for the member to demonstrate his or her ability to listen to what others say. He's going to do that via table topic master tool. All the very best, Toastmaster Shankar. Back to you, Toastmaster.
I researched. I couldn't find anything nerdy about Shankar. I've known Shankar for a long time. I know his speeches. I know details about him that I could share, but nothing so nerdy about except he took a break from Toastmasters. He did a 1-year executive MBA on data science. Before that, he was into finance. And after that, he is fully into data science. And I believe data is where you are getting to be nerdy. He is aspiring to be the top data scientist, and that's very clear in how he prioritized his work. In a way, he took a break. I believe it was a full course, which means without a job and full course. That's a big deal. And to push yourself into academics again after being in the workforce for a long time, that is, to me, pursuing, deeply engrossed in being intellectual and technical pursuits. Toastmaster Shankar. Toastmaster Shankar is delivering his project Active Listening from the Motivational Strategies Pathway. He'll be doing the table topic master.
Thank you, dear Modi. So I know that most of the people wanted to attend the Toastmaster. It's for just this segment, that is table topic. So for the benefit of the guests, so I'll be calling up the random people and I'll be giving the random topic where you need to come and deliver the speech for 1 to 2 minutes in order to eligible for the voting. So my mentor usually says that whenever we deliver with the table topics, well, no table topic speech. So take the story, what happened to the past. So I want to break that ideology. So whatever the topic I have chosen here, it is not going to take it from your past or some kind of the imaginary. Probably you need to start on your imaginary skill. Okay? With this, let me call upon the first table topic speaker of today, Toastmaster Kalyani. Kalyani, do you take a selfie? I have a question. If you say yes or no. Okay. So you have accidentally sent a hilarious selfie to your boss. How do you explain yourself to your boss? I repeat. You have accidentally sent a hilarious selfie to your boss. How do you explain yourself? Toastmaster again.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Thank you for such a nice topic, because I am always against photos and especially selfie. With this, when I start taking my camera, and with this, it will start trembling for me, and I have never done it. Even in my outing or with my office, only my friends used to take a selfie, or they used to take the group photos. It is really very tough. Today also I was asking Toastmaster Ramya to take photographs, and she told she's also like that. So I was so happy that I got another friend who is also trembling in taking photos. And if you say a photo to my boss, that is really actually very nice to imagine in a great auditorium where I speak, and I take a photo and send to him. I imagine to be like that, and it's really a nice time to take such a picture and send to him. Hope to see that.
I think now you are on the right path. So by selecting the DPPR, so that you will take many more photos. Okay, the next person, before I call upon the next person, probably I will give the topic. Then I will call upon the person. How many of you believe in aliens? Raise your hands. Aliens. Alien. Okay. So, if alien have landed in your terrace, what Indian street food would you offer them first and why? Repeat. I'm repeating. So, if alien have landed in your terrace, which means your home, what Indian street food would you offer them first and why? Okay, for that I'm going to call upon the person, Toastmaster Venkatesh Seth. So you are not listening, that's why I'm calling.
What alien?
If alien have landed in your home, okay, what Indian street food would you offer them first and why?
I disagree with your question. I do not believe in aliens or anything. Because what I used to do in the second floor terrace for the pigeons and crows early morning, I used to put some wheat. And before the summer starts, my wife told me that please make one small pot for the pigeons and crows to drink water. First of all, I'm not superstitious to think about aliens or any other things. I think about the day-to-day problem. First, you should concentrate on problems. What street dogs are facing the problem because of heat. Even the cows. I told my wife to put cow in the bucket full of water in the gate, near the gate. She agreed that she did that for the first 1 week. We were doing it. Instead of talking about all these superstitious things, each and everyone should think about that, what other daily problems. As a human being, we are also having a lot of problems. These street dogs, cows, and even the goats, it's struggling to drink water in this hot summer. And that is why I disagree with your question. I would like to conclude my speech also.
Thank you very much, Venkatesh. I know that whenever I put you always take the story from your personal thing. And good point you have covered today about helping hands with the others. Good job for you. So next question again, it is an open question. After that, I'll be calling upon the person. If marriage certificate had expiry date like passport, describe the funny conversation you have during renewal. I repeat, if marriage certificate had expiry date like passport, describe the funny conversation you would have during renewal. For that, I would call upon Toastmaster Pradap. Pradap's recorded. I know Prabhakar number.
Thank you, PT Master. My husband would be very happy to take up this question. So, as of now, he is very much into his profession. I'm not, do not much concentrate on family because I take care of my kids and family. So, if at all we are getting a due that it has to be renewed, he will happily say that just let's go on, no need to renew. So, but I will have a trick to make him to renew. I'll put my daughters in front because whenever I call him, he will not pick because he's busy, I know that. But if it is very important only, I will call. In spite of that, if he's not picking, I will ask my daughter to call. Next minute, next second, he will pick. In the ma, then she said, Mama wants to talk to you. Then I will convey that. So that is what will happen. So I will show my daughters in front. And are you sure that we are not going to renew? I am sure that he will agree with that. And I am happy that I am behind his successful profession. I am happy about that. But I think he will agree to renew. I strongly believe that. Over to the PT.
Thank you for that. Okay, don't worry, I'll not send that class to your spouse. And thank you for sharing the secret to all of us. The next person I would call upon Toastmaster Shanmugaveli. Sir, Who is your favorite heroine?
If I say my
Now. Not now. Before 30.
no, fellow toast
Sir. I asked the question. Okay. The question will come based on your answer.
This is the question I want to answer now.
Yes. Then I will, let's say, for 1 second, tell the questions.
Previously,
Sir, now. The question is very clear. Who is your favorite heroine now? In Tamil.
Could be old actors.
So then I need to put no all kind of conditions.
So in 20 also there are.
I have forgotten.
Trisha.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say for you are stuck in a lift with Trisha. How do you break the awkward silence? Repeat the question. So you're stuck in a lift with the Trisha for the first time you're seeing. How do you break the awkward silence? Toastmaster Shandugavel.
Hello, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. That Toastmaster Sangal has asked such a type of question, but it is impossible. If I were there, I can talk about that picture. I think 96, isn't it? As Vijay said,
Yeah,
it was a nice picture. But in that picture, Vijay said art was very good in compared with her. I will talk about that one.
Vijay.
Madam, how do you feel?
Oh, okay. So then you are releasing.
About that movie, how his action was. It was a nice movie. Like that, I will start my conversation. After that, also I have seen so many movies. Vijay movie, then Ponniyin Selvan, like that movie. Then Ponniyin Selvan also their character was very good. That one, their name is Prince, like that. They have forgotten. Kundavi, yes. She was the dynamic lady. The action was very good. Like that, I will talk to them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shanmugavel. I thought we are going to ask for no Venezuela marriage. Okay, next it's a question and it's for open. You accidentally invented a device that make people tell only the truth. Who would you test it first and why? I am repeating. You accidentally invented a device that makes people tell only the truth. Who would you test it on first and why? For that, I would call upon Toastmaster Kausalya.
I think I will test it on my sister because they came on a vacation last week and my mother is almost 80 years old and I am nearing 50. Now property settlement and everything is happening. And I have a doubt, she is close to my mom and she will get more. So I think I'll test on her and get the truth. But my mom is very good, like she'll share equally between mom and the three. But still I have a doubt that she will get more. So probably I'll test with her. I'm so sorry. Very honest about it. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kausalya, for your honesty. And okay, the next question, let's say I'm writing the name. Okay, whenever this particular topic comes, directly I will write his name. Okay, your spouse suddenly gains the power to read your thoughts for a day. How would you hilariously survive? Your spouse suddenly gained the power to read your thoughts for a day. How would you hilariously survive? For that, I would call upon Toastmaster Bharat. once for the topic. Your spouse, your wife suddenly gains the power to read your thought for a day. How would you hilariously survive on the day?
So, like whenever my thoughts are, read by my wife, so there is no way by which we can. Hopefully, my thoughts are good, and never ever has some evil or bad thoughts, especially about my wife or some persons who are proximity to me. So, if at all that comes, there is only one way where I can escape or it to go for apology, fall on our feet, or do everything whatever I can in my power to escape from these things, and no more will I try to entertain or go into a sort of an argument or fight. So it's either this way, so either my thoughts are always clean and good to my people, at least who are in my proximity, or if at all that comes in, the only way I try to resolve it just to surrender myself and let go of whatever is there so that I can survive for the next years which I see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. The next topic would be, what funny new rule would you implement to handle the traffic jam in Chennai? What funny new rule would you implement to handle traffic jam in Chennai? For that, I would call upon Advocate Toastmaster Hari Krishnan.
Thank you. So all that rules and regulations, whenever they've been speaking about it, everybody recalls the lawyers. In fact, probably that's why they've been getting this topic now. In fact, rather than that, it's a hilarious way to do it or how to resolve that issue. Which I always say that if I have a gun, then probably I teach the lesson to people who have been there in the how you have to mend the how you have to go in the rules and regulations which you have to follow. So in general, that in our society we've all seen that people are actually not following the rules, especially when we have been seeing it in the two-wheelers. They least bother about the entire society where they have been living, where they have been going in a public road. They always keep their phones in their left side and their heads will be on that 23 degrees, like that, how that earth has been revolving around us. In fact, they always say that they don't know about it, they don't know the value of it. So tell them in a very logical way or in a nice way that how to resolve it or how to go about it. I think that we certainly need to tell them in a very harsh way. Probably you should understand that the value of his own life as well as the value of the other's life who will be living. Thank you.
Thank you. The next topic for which I would call upon Toastmaster Gopi. The topic here, if you could install an app on your brain, what app would you choose and why? Repeating, if you could install an app on your brain, what app would you choose and why? Toastmaster Gopi.
So, good evening to Toastmasters. I'll install a timer in my mind because I'm not punctual to anything actually. So if I install a timer, then automatically everything will go fine, I believe. So timer is the thing which I
Next, I would call upon Toastmaster Suganya. Okay. How many hours you will see your mobile phone on a day? Okay. So okay, less than 5 hours in a day. Oh, okay, more than 5 years. Okay, the question here, your mobile phone starts speaking with you. What's your first conversation about? Your mobile phone starts speaking. What's your first conversation about Toastmaster Suganya?
Good evening, everyone. If my phone is speak, I would like to ask why Because we did not, if the charger is reduced, we can't see the mobile. So I asked why the charger is reducing, and
Next, I will call upon guest Nithya. So Nithya, your topic is that, let's say, we have approximately 40 people. So you are going to take all of us into one of the finest restaurants in Chennai. Which restaurant do you take us and why? That is your question. Clear?
Okay. Why I chose the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess so good afternoon all. Good afternoon Toastmasters. So I will take you all to ITC Grand Chola. So because I have never been there, so I would love to take all of you. I do not know if it would be your first time there, but if it's your first time, then I would love to host the first time of your ITC buffet there. So that's the reason. And also I would like to take your family as well with you, so that you will all have a great time there. Yeah, so that's it.
Madras Kitchen is one of my favorite in ITC Grand Chola. Probably you can take it there.
Yes, point noted.
Okay. And the next Toastmaster, if your spouse had a mute button, describe a hilarious situation where you would love to use it. If your spouse had a mute button, describe a hilarious situation where you would love to use it. I will call upon Toastmaster Priya. Sorry, Ramya. Do you want to be?
Yes.
If your spouse had a mute button, describe a hilarious situation where you would love to use it. Toastmaster Ramya.
When I show my real face, always gets better. So that's there. But besides that, my husband is a very nice person. He understands things well. But whenever I go and talk and express my, say, an issue or a problem, whenever I go to him and talk about it, he's not very accommodative. He'll just not listen. For many reasons. He might be busy or stuck with some other work. The first thing what he will say is that, please talk after some time. Or he will not at all listen. So what I will do is that, I'll press a mute button and make him to sit and explain the whole story. Because I'm very good at storytelling. So in any given situation, I'll make him to sit, mute, and tell, this is what is the story. And he will not listen to relation problems. If I say, if you have a problem with the mother-in-law, if you have a problem with my sister-in-law, they say, please stop bring all the stories to me. I said, no, you have to listen. So I'll press the mute button, I'll tell the whole story, and also my side of story, not their side of story. Let them listen to all that, so that, no, at least, I'll be happy that he listened. At the end of the day, I know that you'll never support me. You'll say, you are my husband, wife, and you are more supportive than them. I'm living with you, and you are my love, and you are my dear. He used to tell all sorts of stories and all sorts of things to me. But still, I will make him to listen to all those stories.
Okay, next I'm going to call upon two people, and it's a kind of debate. Your food delivery is late again. Who would you trust to deliver it hot and fast? Superman flying across the city, or Ant-Man sneaking through shortcuts? I'm repeating again. Your food delivery is late again. Who would you trust to deliver it hot and fast? Superman flying across the city, or Ant-Man sneaking through shortcuts? For the Superman, I would call upon Toastmaster Amitabh. And for Ant-Man, I'm going to call upon Toastmaster Balaji. So do you want to repeat that?
Okay, why not?
Okay. Your food delivery is late again. Who would you trust to deliver it hot and fast? Superman flying across the city, or Ant-Man sneaking through shortcuts.
Okay. So I go first and then.
Yes. You need to talk about 1 to 2 minutes. Then you will talk about 1 to 2 minutes. Probably will give it to the audience.
Okay, sure. I'm so glad you gave me this topic because Superman was my favorite superhero when I was growing up. So yeah, supposing I order pizza for my family. I really like pizza only when it's hot and fresh. And usually we don't even order delivery, we only go there and eat because it's only nice when it's hot and fresh. Otherwise it's like soggy and the cheese is not really good. And so yeah, if it's nowadays traffic is getting so worse that sometimes going with the whole family, parking somewhere, going to a restaurant, having the time, there'll be a crowd waiting for 20 minutes can be a pain. So maybe we order pizza and we like this place called Lazy Leopard. There's a place called Lazy Leopard in Tinagar. It's a recent fad. Everybody loves the pizza. And they have all this Italian facade and the brick oven and nice wooden furniture and everything. Supposing we order and from Lazy Leopard and we're not able to go there, definitely I would want Superman to come and bring it to us because first of all he doesn't have to go through traffic. He can fly over Chennai, right? And then hopefully he'll be able to bring it to us like as soon as it's hot and as soon as it's delivered. So Superman is my favorite. He's my favorite superhero, and I'll be very happy to receive it from Superman too.
Thank you.
Nowadays, a lot of construction work going on in Chennai. Chennai, lot of traffic diversions. So, Ant-Man used to some shortcut to deliver fast and hard. So usually the orders will take up to half an hour to 45 minutes to prepare and deliver to you. So it's too late to deliver to you. So I prefer Ant-Man to fast and artisans to. Due to the lot of heavy diversion and traffic nowadays, you can see in Chennai lot of changes, and I prefer Ant-Man to. But I don't know who is Ant-Man. I know just the instant gave a shortcut. Only I thought is you do some shortcut and deliver fast. That only I don't know. But I don't know who is Ant-Man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this would be my last. Okay, all kind of superheroes. Spider-Man decided to watch Rajinikanth movie, that is Coolie, first day, first show in Chennai. He invites one of the medallion to join with them, narrate the unforgettable theatre experience of watching a Talaivar movie with Spider-Man. Repeating, Spider-Man decided to watch a Rajinikanth movie, Coolie, first day, first show in Chennai. He invited one of the medallion to join with them, narrate the unforgettable theatre experience of watching a Talaivar movie with Spider-Man. For a change, I would call upon my evaluator, Toastmaster Jayashree.
I've never watched a Spider-Man movie. All I know is Spider-Man would create the web, crawl. That's something I'm trying to do in my swimming pool these days, every morning. That's a new hobby that I have discovered. And I don't know what this Spider-Man is going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do in swimming pool for the next 1 month or 2 months. But I have set up a goal to learn at least one stroke in the next 4 months and try to participate in a swimming competition. Maybe you could also have some kind of a goal, just like what Spider-Man does or what I'm trying to do. That could also help you to become one another nerd, to get added to Jagan's list. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayashree. And with this, let me complete my table topic. Timer, can I have the list of qualified speakers? No, the qualified speakers.
Toastmaster Kalyani and Toastmaster Venkatesh, Toastmaster Pravata, Toastmaster Shanmugave, and Toastmaster Hari Krishnan, Toastmaster Ramya,
who says nerds cannot have fun? It was a funny session and all of us enjoyed it, learning along the way. That's what the motto of Toastmasters is, you learn when you're in the moments of joy. So there are other sessions coming up. Now before that, just a quick recap. We talked about work. Now there's one aspect of my life that I want to share with you, music. When it comes to music, I encountered this very weird situation just a couple of weeks ago. I'm learning violin. I'm relearning this. I was learning it when I was a kid. So I'm learning it with my guru. I was just sitting in front of him. What he does is, he takes individual classes, 10 minutes for each student. So if you're in early, you get out early. That's the concept. But there is a strange feeling in me that if I go in late, I'll get out late. And I like that. Why? Okay, there are other folks who are trying to learn. So the timing that I'm waiting, he's teaching me too. He's not just teaching these kids. Because if I go in early, I get 10 minutes of his time. I get out, 10 minutes of learning. But if I go in late, I wait. And thereby he is teaching me in that time. I came and told this to my wife, see, I want to go late. I want to spend more time there. There was one challenge. There's this boy who plays very well. But unfortunately, that day I went ahead of him. There was this nerd in me, sir, can I do after him? I wanted to scream it out loud. I want to wait and learn after this boy. I want to learn from him. Because my teacher is teaching him and all that scenario is teaching me too. But I couldn't say it out loud because the pressure of what would people say. That is the challenge that I'm facing today, because all these kids who play, who come and I see them, they are on their phone. Kids on their phone, either they are watching some cricket match or they are held up with some chat or so. But I just keep my phone inside, just be there. I mug up whatever he is teaching the other kids. So when he teaches those things to me, he's surprised. Hey, how do you? Sir, I mugged it up when they were learning. Oh, is it? Oh, he has this mug smile. Oh, is it? Okay. You come back next time. I'll make you sing. You cannot play for the next 1 week. Now I'm trying to hold back. So I told my wife, if this continues, in 1 year, where will I be? And compared to another kid or another person of my own age, where will that person be in 1 year if that person is distracted? So I told myself, it's good, it pays off being a nerd. And there is that challenge that I felt, okay, should I be a nerd? Should I ask him to wait, sir, can I wait and then learn after? And that challenge is still there. I'm trying to overcome, just like how at work, I'm trying to overcome the social pressure of, oh, what would people say? Because it is considered to be socially awkward, eccentric, it's considered to be, padips, this guy is padips. But today, it is such an example, an exhibition of learning can happen when it's fun too. There is a district conference coming up and there will be a gala night. And those who learn the most are the ones who are having the most fun. It will be there. There are people who will not be sober too, but they will also be learning. But that's the point. So somewhere I've understood along the way, how do I get rid of this resistance within me? It's not coming from outside, it's within me. It's a thought, food for thought, just to think about, because all of us are nerds in some way. My wife, she says, nah, I'm not a first bencher, I'm a backbencher. But the moment we talk about yoga, the moment we talk about makeup, she's the first person sitting on the first bench. Jagan, I have to go to the class early because I want the first bench. Hey nerd, you were teasing me all night. Now you are saying you want to be the first bencher. So it's there in all of us. My co-brother, who is not much of an academic and all that, he'd say, Jagan, in the article that you wrote, you mentioned Rahul Dravid as the captain in 2003 World Cup. He was not. I didn't remember, I didn't know. But he's a cricket nerd. He follows cricket like anything. So the idea is this, that to normalize all of us are nerds. We'll come back to just one more example later on. Before that, we have come to the evaluation section of the meeting. I'd invite General Evaluator to get on with the proceedings.
So it's time to meet our qualitative team. To evaluate the Toastmasters Raja Annavali's speech, we have a seasoned Toastmaster, Dinagaran, working for TCS with 25 years of IT experience and like to travel with family and taste different type of food. Let's welcome Toastmaster Dinagaran.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Raja Annavali's speech. He was presenting the speech from the pathways motivational strategy. And the project is Introduction to Vocal Variety and the Body Language. Let us have a round of applause actually. Actually, I was sitting and listening to the speech in awe, like how one small incident and the preparation for the marathon can become a wonderful motivational speech. It was actually a well prepared and well presented speech. Thanks for kudos to you. There are a few areas that I would like to call out. First of all, those fellows started with a question that anyone thought about putting even before starting. So that was actually wonderful. It made us all get hooked into the story and then get moved into the speech. But there is a slight suggestion that I would say, like when you started that question, this project is about pitch, space, volume and tone in terms of the vocal variety and also about gesture and movement in terms of the body language. So I would suggest few areas that would help this speech to be taken at least, it has the capacity to go to the area level or the division level speech. That's how I see it. So wonderfully written speech, wonderfully presented. Few areas that we put in terms of the vocal variety and body language will help really take this speech to the next level. So when you ask this question, your pitch could have been a little more higher. Have you guys thought about putting even before starting? That would have made again the people to get groove further again into the speech. That's one suggestion. And when you spoke about when you were actually trying to go to the bed and then your wife was asking the question whether are you really want to go to the marathon tomorrow, there is an opportunity to show the voice vocal variety, like you could have whispered, like you said yes, it was kind of a message you conveyed. You could have changed your tone and then you could have said yes. Because you are going to the bed and the whispering would have again added to the variety of the speech. And when you spoke about the fight between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, so you moved between these stages and then you convey the message. But again, there could be some vocal variety, it will help us to improve. And when you spoke about this Padikadavan, you had a real conversation with Carl. It was again coming out as a message, let's we start. So it could be a direct conversation. Come on, let's we start, we have to go. Some change that would help. And you talked about this motivational song which helped you to move forward. So that was really nice. So it was a real story about not yet versus the inner doubts. When you talked about this Martin Luther King's quote, you would have delivered it a little more powerfully. If you cannot run, you can walk. You cannot walk, you can just crawl. So that pitch and tone could have contributed a little more enhancement there. So overall, it is a well delivered, well prepared speech. Little bit of improvement here and there in terms of the vocal variety will take the speech to the next level.
Thank you, Mr. Dinagaran, for the constructive evaluation. To evaluate our second speech, to evaluate the Toastmaster Harini's speech, we have distinguished Toastmaster Sambat Sohirajan, who is a member since 2002. Yes, it's not a mistake. More than 20 years in Toastmasters. When someone asked about what's the most unexpected lesson Toastmasters has taught you, he said, you don't have to be special to be special. Very deep, right? What an inspiration. Let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Sambat Sohirajan.
Good afternoon, my dear friends.
Good afternoon,
Which
sir.
includes the general evaluator, the speaker in question also. Today, Toastmaster Harini did a second speech on the feedback and evaluation feedback project. Whether she fulfilled the requirement of applying the feedback received earlier, there were two main points given. One was to make use of a quote. In the opening, probably it said, And the second was to have a more powerful conclusion. Now in the opening, she didn't have a quote, so to say, but the advertisements, you can consider them as quotes of sort. And also to please the previous evaluator, Toastmaster Kausalya, she did bring one quote towards the middle somewhere. Okay. So overall, she has done a good job in fulfilling the first this one. About the conclusion, probably it was better than the last time where I was not present, but conclusion can still be better. So she has fulfilled the project objectives. Let me give her a applause. It's an excellent message which she tried to convey, because we forget a lot of things, and sometimes we rediscover them through some other agencies. This was the crux of her argument. The opening with advertisement was very catchy. I think everybody was with the salt and other things. Your toothpaste that would have made our dentist friends happy or unhappy. I don't know. Because they will lose business. So she's got many good ideas, like the mandala example she gave, the kola and payas. I don't know how many of you like it. Payasadam with chilies and mavadu. In summertime. It's somewhere. So she had very good lot of ideas which came in program. And as for delivery skills, she has got good confidence. She did make use of her hand quite a bit. Very free flow of ideas and language, and a powerful voice, and very good vocabulary. Her English is quite near flawless. But some points in this, see, when you are good in some aspects, you are not that good. If you are in 70 grade, you want to go to 80 grade. This is what happens in the feedback, you see. So her hand usage was not always purposeful. There was not much of vocal variety, though your voice was very good and very clear diction. Let me openly say that among ladies, often the diction is not clear because of the pitch and other things. In her case, it was quite good. And shifting from left to right, which she was doing, avoid that. These are all things you can work at home and then get rid of. It's not very difficult. So I have finished my overall evaluation with my appreciations, but I got some general point about feedback. Please learn how to use feedback. Don't simply believe whatever the evaluator says. That will include me. You have to judge the feedback points and which are suitable and usable for you. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you for a very honest feedback. To evaluate a Toastmasters Shankar's active listening project, we have a senior product manager at the Fortune 50 company, Division C runner-up in recently concluded international speech and table topic contest, area champion in evaluation contest, and our club champion for 2 consecutive times. Currently, a club mentor for the corporate club in our district. Let's welcome Toastmaster Judge.
Friends, hearing is when your ears work. Listening is when your mind joins your ear in that party. When my alarm rings, I hear. But when my mom alarm rings, I listen. Today, did Shankar hear or listen? Let's see that. He did actively listen. But how did he do that? 1, with his non-verbal cues. The very first intent of him sitting right here, not just taking any position, but sitting right here, shows his intent to listen. Number 2, he did lean forward and was looking keenly at the speaker whenever a speaker was speaking. That 2 non-verbal cues did show his intent to listen very clearly. And did he actually listen? Yes, he did, with his verbal cues. Out of the 12 speakers on that stage today as a table topic speaker, for 8 speakers, he acknowledged and affirmed the message, what he was trying to say after the speaker did speak. kudos to you, Shankar, for doing that for 7 to 8 speakers continuously. Now, the next part, how did he make this listening habit for us here? He was not just listening, but he made us all listen, bringing in the topic in a hilarious fashion, a conversational one. I could see literally folks sitting over there trying to attend the table topic, not just a speaker here. That's the success of a table topic master here. And he made us also to listen to the topic. Kudos to Shankar for that. Now, the third point, I'm not going to touch upon the topics that were part of the session today because that's out of the context for this specific project. Where he could improve as an active listener is number one, few speeches, few topics were given well ahead, few topics were given after the speaker has arrived. That consistency could be made so that we know what is the format, how it is going to happen, right? That's one. Number two is, out of the 7 to 8 speakers at the top for whom you are trying to summarize or give your thoughts, there are still 4 to 5 speakers towards the end. If you feel that we don't have time, maybe a summary of that overall could have emphasized your listening skills towards the end. Maybe you could also cut out one speaker considering the time frame. That could bring complete satisfaction to this specific project. Overall, I would say he did achieve this project objective of actively listening to this project. Not only he did listen, he made us all listen. And definitely his ears, mind were both in sync. If you could just work a bit more on summarizing your thoughts towards the end and consistency in the format of what you were trying to say as a topic, I'm sure you would do wonders in the next step.
Jayashree, for the constructive evaluation. Now with this, we are completed our speech evaluation. Now we are going back to our quantitative evaluation. I request Toastmaster Amar Vanchita for presenting the timer.
I read all the speakers and their timings. Prepare speech, Raja Annamalai, 7 minutes, 11 seconds. And Toastmaster Harini, 7 minutes, 16 seconds. And in tabletop session, Toastmaster Kalyani, 1 minute, 9 seconds. Toastmaster Venkatesh, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Toastmaster Pravata, 1 minute, 26 seconds. Toastmaster Shanmugavel, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Toastmaster Kausalya, 44 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat, 53 seconds. Toastmaster Hari Krishnan, 1 minute, 13 seconds. Toastmaster Gopi, 22 seconds. Toastmaster Shubhanya, 34 seconds. Guest Nitya, 31 seconds. And now, then Toastmaster Ramya, 1 minute, 24 seconds. Toastmaster Amrita, 1 minute, 13 seconds. Toastmaster Balaji, 1 minute, 4 seconds. Toastmaster Jayashree, 41 seconds. Now we come to evaluators. Toastmaster Dinakaran, 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 6 seconds. And DTM Sampath, 3 minutes, 33 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amar Vanchita, for the detailed timer report. Now I like to call upon our author, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwar.
Toastmaster Ramya had a clear speech. Toastmaster Bharat had 1 repeat and S. Nitya has 2 R. TM Jagan has clear speech. TM Rajashekharan has clear 1 repeat. TM Amarvanchita has 4 R's, 1 repeat and 1 long pause. TM Suresh has clear speech. TM Amrita has 1 R. TM Dinakaran has 3 R's. TM Raja Annamalai has 2 R, 3 repeats and 2 long pauses. DTM Sampath sir has 1 R. TM Harini has 4 R. TM Jayasri has clear speech. TM Shankar has clear speech. TM Kalyani has 1 R. TM Venkatesan has 1 R. TM Pravda, TM Chalugul, TM Kaushal has clear speech. TM Adhishnan has clear speech and TM Gopi has 1 so. TM Suganya has 1 R. TM Balaji has 2 R and 2 so. Thank you.
Now let's please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Suresh Kumar for primary report.
It's very unfortunate that the word of the day, fortitude, has not been used by any of the speakers. So I request all the speakers and guests utilize the opportunity and try to learn and pick new vocabularies. So I would like to, Toastmaster Jagan has used a phrase called duck to water, and vocabulary is engrossed, accentuate. Toastmaster Harini has used vocabularies like ingrained, intuitively, gospel. Toastmaster Shankar, sneaking. Toastmaster Kalyani, trembling. Toastmaster Amrita, soggy. And one of the speakers had used told to myself. Actually, it's not told to myself, it's told myself. So, small correction. So, that is it. Thank you. Thank you,
Suresh for the primary report. Now it's time to listen our general evaluations overall evaluation report. To begin with, the agenda, the meeting agenda was prepared on time. Yes, it's prepared on time. But after that, what happened? So again, it's gone through multiple changes. So kudos to our VP for managing the multiple dropouts actually. And today SIA and tag of players are new members actually, and they have done a brilliant job. Kudos to them also. Next, our prepared speeches. So when first speech, Rajamalai sir, Toastmaster Rajamalai started about talking about running. Then my nerd, alarm, I'm here. So marathon. So that's not the right way. He should have slept properly, or before 1 month he should have started preparing for that particular marathon. So then I started, stop. You're not going to evaluate today. You are just G. And I stopped there, and that was an engaging speech. And Toastmaster Harini's speech, yes, she had a very good opening. And in the era of artificial intelligence, she just narrated how important is creative intelligence. Kudos to her. Then we'll come to TT session. The variety of questions were very, very good. Compared to other meetings, we had a lot of speakers today. That was quite engaging, and it was very entertaining also today. I enjoyed that. And TMOD, yes. Thank you again for bringing up this topic again. So in Dinakaran sir rightly while evaluating Raja Annamali's speech, he rightly pointed out about the pitch and tone variation. And in another evaluation, our DD in Sambat sir told about the hand gestures of Toastmasters Harmony. It was very insightful. And in recommendation, I have only one thing, that is usage of word of the day. We need to take that as a challenge, and we should try to use it. To summarize, despite the absence of few role players, the others stepped up remarkably. Their adaptability and teamwork fortified the structure of the meeting, ensuring we stayed on track and maintain the quality throughout. Let's continue embracing such opportunities to learn and grow, because Toastmasters is not only build confident communicators but also fortify our personal and professional journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajshekhar. There is one session, it's a surprise session, surprise for me too, because there were dropouts and the VP had to manage. Initially, we had 3 speeches and then 3 evaluations. One member had to drop out and we wanted to incorporate this surprise session. Before we move into this fun surprise session, I have one question for you all. And we'll come back to this. I want your inputs here. How do we fight this resistance within us? How do we fight this resistance within us to be our own selves? This is one question that I'm grappling with myself. I have one solution that I'm trying here and there in my own life. I'll come back to whatever that I am doing. If you guys have anything, ponder over this while we have some good fun. For that, let me invite Toastmaster Ramya.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I have a bread toast for you all, in a white cover. I would like to share a small story. I don't want to take much of your time. So previously, they called me initially when I joined Toastmaster, and they said, "Can you do a fun session?" I said, "Okay." I was very interested because I'm new to Toastmaster. They're asking me to do something different. So I just found a fun activity. I just bought cards, just wrote the names, and I was just researching about it. It's just a simple fun game. I did all that. And unfortunately, I was not able to do that. And that day, a better and a very nice fun activity took place. Okay. And today, and after that, after another instance, President Anuradha, she asked me whether I can do this. I said yes. But I was not able to turn up that day because I had a personal work. And today, they again asked me to do it. Until 1:45 p.m., I was unaware that I will take this bread toast from my corner of my shelf. My daughter that day, she asked me, "You're not going to do this game?" I said, "No." "Then why are you keeping it in a bag and keeping it very safely?" And I said, "I believe one day I will take this bread toast and do it." And she said, "Okay, fine, go ahead." And that day has come now, and it was 4:30. I thought they will come again and say, "No, the time's up, you can't do the bread toast." Fortunately, they called me, and I'll tell why I gave the name bread toast for this. And before that, because whenever my daughter comes and says, "Amma, I'm hungry, do something for me," because I'll be busy most of the time, and if I'm there, definitely I'll do whatever she is asking for. So otherwise I'll say, "Please do a bread toast, Ma." So this is something like a bread toast. 2 speakers didn't turn up, so they didn't have any choice. They asked me, and I bring the bread toast to you. It's a one-word fun game. Okay? And one more thing I just wanted to share with you all. This may be a little weird, but I really wanted to tell this. The first time since I joined Toastmaster, the rules, the first rule is we don't speak religion, sex, and politics. But please don't mistake me. Every time when I come there, after the general evaluator, they will say, "Dear Modi, dear Modi." I said, "Dear Modi?" I was like, "Dada was scared, dear Modi. And Jagat was today also, dear Modi." I said, "Oh my God, it is TMOD." So, sorry for this. And also, you should also appreciate my my fortitude and appreciate my positive attitude that this game has come now to this show. Okay, and I'll be the grammarian also will be happy because I use this word. Now, and again, this is a simple straightforward game. There is no big, funda about this game. It's a very normal game. I know this will not motivate you or will be not that interesting. But still, to motivate you all, what it is that I got assorted chocolates, fruits and nuts, black chocolate, so that if this didn't motivate you, definitely this will do. Okay? Now, let me explain you the game. I keep the chocolate here. So whoever wins can pick the chocolates of their choice. I'll call two persons on the stage, okay? And this is the cards which I've prepared. I'm so happy to show this. I got the opportunity to show this to you all. In this box, I'm having the list of Indian festivals. Again, I'm telling you, this is a list of Indian festivals. The person one will pick one card from this box, okay? And he should give only one word clue to the other person, okay? And that person has only one chance to find out which festival is that. I'll give you an example. Diwali, crackers. Diwali is not here. Pongal is also not here. So for Pongal, you should not say Pongal. That's also there, please. Okay, but Pongal is not there. So let's start the game. It's clear, right?
No, can you repeat one thing? Can you repeat one thing? It's good for the audience.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to repeat again. See, there the list of Indian festivals, North Indian, South Indian festivals are there in this box. Each card will carry an Indian festival. So the first person who comes here will pick the card and he will see the Indian festival and put the card inside this box.
Okay.
You will not show the card to the other person.
No.
That's all the game. Okay. So the second person will be given only one chance. Only one chance. And he has to find out the festival name. With the clue you give. For Diwali, it is crackers. For Pongal, you can say sweet or something like that. One word clue. That's all, and one chance for this person. Okay?
One question.
Please.
Both of them will get chocolate if they find.
That's what. No, I had this. Actually, I thought of this, Jayashree. Thank you for mentioning it again. I thought of this. The person who asked will definitely get an opportunity because I have more chocolates.
Is there any time?
You have only one clue and they have only one chance. So please don't take more time. Okay? It's humble request from my end. And I'll call up two volunteers, please, first. Anyone? Two people, please come.
Dinner, please. I was just looking for the chocolate.
See, I was all right. One person here. So you are not going to get the chocolate, Jagan. It's okay. Don't shoot. I will put them on. Please don't shoot. One word, just one word. Yeah, please. No, you can just say aloud. One word. Again, I'm telling you, for Diwali is not the clue. Seed. No.
I know that. Can I answer?
No.
I know the answer. Is it Krishna Jayanti?
Yes.
We will share.
Myself and some
Oh, you cannot choose partners.
Say, it will be a good man. It's not his power.
You want me to tell the word or?
You have to tell the word.
Then you come. Chocolate man. Turkey.
Sir, can you repeat one thing? Turkey.
Audience round.
Audience poll.
Audience round. Yes, now, can I go to the audience now?
Give me 1 minute.
Because I thought I will not be able to manage the timing as well as the show. That's the reason I took the time.
So many people are
Sir,
okay.
Christmas! Yeah, please. Help yourself. I thought after Christmas, Toastmaster, finished Toastmaster, Sampath sir would have said cake or something like that.
Then I would have
it's easier.
Cake goes
But
for
amazing! It's amazing that he gave a wonderful clue which is Turkey.
Cake goes for many things.
Yes. That's great. That's amazing. Next two pieces.
They're discussing now.
Always there is a fight between who's going to get the chocolate. You want to see it again?
Eid. Ramadan.
But it's only one chance. No,
Only one.
only one.
Half chocolate. Half chocolate.
Ramzan, no.
Ramzan.
Ramzan. It's correct only. No?
Ramzan or Eid?
Hey, both.
The Ramzan is correct
I
now.
always get confusion.
I said Eid.
I'm sorry, you're right. Because I'll tell you that this is a small thing. Because in Singapore it is Hari Raya. So always have a confusion between Ramadan and Hari Raya. When people say Hari Raya, I say Ramadan. No, that's the reason I got confused and I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for that. Yeah, please come here. Please, you know.
Amrita, only one.
Yeah, please, you can go for two. Please, you can go for two. Amrita, please, you can go for two.
For her?
No, for you also. Okay, then next two.
Bharat and Prada. Bharat and Prada. Very good. So Bharat and Prada. Bharat. நீங்க போங்க. சங்கர் நெக்ஸ்ட் நீங்க போங்க. ஒரு ஃபன் தானே.
Biryani.
Ramzan.
Hey, it is very easy one. Very easy. Yeah, no, Jagan. Very easy. It's very easy.
CBSE exam, they'll be giving 3 papers, A, B, C, and D.
Actually, Ramzan, they don't eat it.
CBSE students, they always say that one person has
They are not they are protesting. Sir, actually, Mogaram da சாப்பிடுவாங்களே பிரியாணி. Mogaram da சாப்பிடுவாங்களே பிரியாணி. ரம்ஜான் சாக்கடை வைக்க சங்கர் முதல்ல கீழே.
Krishna sir.
Cheta.
Easy. Easy.
No.
Onam.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
You already take. Yeah, please.
Isa.
That's all, one word. Can you repeat that? No, the same.
Yes.
Anyone over here?
Similar thing.
Okay, please.
Yes.
Can I help you, sir?
election சொன்னார்ல.
Okay, give the one but you.
Wait. Wait.
No. The chocolate on. Come on. Time's up.
என்ன சொன்னீங்க?
One more.
Okay, one more.
One more, last.
Please.
Chocolate உங்களுக்கு வாங்கலாம் நினைக்கிறேன்.
Colors.
Holy.
Anyone who asked, gave the
Which of them?
get a chocolate, please come in. By answering. You can come, please. Jagat, please. Bharat, come.
Bharat,
Okay.
Dolls.
தமிழ் சொல்லுங்க.
தமிழ் சொல்லு. Leave it.
Audience, sir.
Navratri.
Everybody gave an answer.
So funny.
The opposition, nobody has those. That's the reason I'm giving you. Hello? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Actually, you have to keep both the pen.
So we are quickly moving into the end of the meeting. I hope you guys had fun.
Yes.
Did you guys get some time to ponder on that question?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Journaling.
Journaling helps. Anyone else? Any other?
Just do it. Push.
Just do it. Push through. The way to walk through the fire is through the fire. What I do is, I'm unapologetically myself to my mother and my wife. I force myself in a way. The other day I was talking to them about finance. I was, no, this is new tax regime, this is old tax, and this is what it is. I'm a nerd when it comes to finance. That's how I am in life. Now, how do I be myself where inside my household? That's where my testing time is. My mother the other day said, oh, he has already lectured me about all this. While I was telling the same thing to my wife, oh, then I'm hearing it the second time. Now I'm extending it to my mother-in-law. I'm also boring her with all these details. So that she also, there is that one space where they won't judge you in a way that you can just fall back, completely be yourself. So all the stories that I've told you, my mother and my wife have already listened to it multiple times, every night. So that it gives me the ability to share that with you today. It would give me the ability to act on it tomorrow. In my work, in my music class, in my life every day, if I'm working with numbers, it gives me the ability to be a nerd there because there is something to fall back on. As Amrita was saying, pushing through. DTM Sampath said journaling. My wife does a lot of this journaling. It helps to note down, oh, this is what I.
Because we don't listen. Journaling makes you to listen to yourself.
Correct, exactly. Thank you. So that's something that I'm trying to do myself. How do I get past this resistance within me? So that, because the world rewards nerds. As we all say, hard work, it gives you more work. But hard work also brings money. It brings fame, it brings all the things that are associated with it. So that's something that I've realized I'm working on it myself. I hope this session added value. I hand over the session back to the presiding officer. We all have that voting, there is a link. So I'm sure that you guys have already voted for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, best evaluator, best role player. Role player would be GE, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, as well as the best tag role player, which is timer, counter, and Grenade. But
thank you. What a wonderful and fun session we had. I enjoyed thoroughly. Thanks to all the role players. I would like to appreciate the first time role players for today's meeting. The entire tag team took up the role players. Starting with Toastmaster Amar Vanchita, the counter done by Toastmaster Uma Mageshwar, and the grammarian by Toastmaster Suresh Kumar. And also the SAA Toastmaster Ramya, the first time role player. I'd also like to appreciate distinguished Toastmaster Sampath for taking up the evaluator role at the last minute, and also Toastmaster Ramya for taking up the fun session at the very last minute and keeping us engaged throughout the session. And we move on to the winners of today's meeting. The best tag role player goes to the grammarian Toastmaster Suresh. The best speaker goes to Toastmaster Ari. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Jayashri. And the best role player goes to our nerd, Toastmaster Jagan. And the best TV speaker goes to Toastmaster Ramya. And we are the star of the month and the rising star for the month of April. The star of the month goes to Toastmaster Dinesh. And the rising star of the month for the April month goes to Toastmaster Ramya again. With this, thank you all for attending this wonderful meeting. And with the sound of this gavel, I adjourn meeting number 8:30. I request you all to stay back for a few more minutes. We have a business session by Toastmaster Pravda, and after that, join us for snacks and tea.
I'm your sergeant and answer today's meeting. Welcome all of you for the 8:30th meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. And before we start, I have 3 ground rules. One, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. Please do refrain from discussing these topics. 2, please switch off your mobile or put on silent mode. I will give you 10 seconds for that. And please don't cross talk. And Toastmasters is a very friendly and a positive space where we can all support each other and grow. And this is a place where we can learn to speak, lead with confidence, and find better versions of ourselves. With that, I will hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Ramya, for setting the ground rules. Very good afternoon, to all dear Toastmasters. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 830 open. I would like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined here. Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sampath Saudirajan, our immediate past President Toastmaster Pravda. I would also like to welcome all the members and guests who have joined us for this wonderful meeting. Can we start with the guest introduction of Nithya? Guest Nithya who has joined us today.
So, hi all, myself Nithya.
You will go to the dais, no?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
supposed to. Okay. I didn't know that, sorry.
Welcome.
So, myself Nithya. So, I'm part of the talent acquisition team of Ramco Cements. So, I've been working for 3.5 years now. I completed my master's in social work in HR specialization and then got through campus there, and then it's been 3.5 years now. So when I speak with, in person with one person or two person, it's okay for me. But when I come onto the stage, it's quite difficult for me to, get the stage fright off me. So that's the reason I'm here. So yeah, thank you so much.
Once there was a young boy who was very creative, coming from a very normal, ordinary family background. He had a passion and interest in art and drawing cartoons. But his family was, once upon a time, his family was struggling to meet ends. So he took up a job in a newspaper company. Slowly, the editor found him not being that creative, and eventually he got fired from that newspaper company by that editor. And the reason being he was lacking imagination and creativity. But that small boy or the young boy had a life purpose or deeply rooted in creativity. So then he started drawing cartoons and started a studio which developed all the cartoons. But then even that studio was not able to take off. Eventually it went bankrupt. But in spite of losing all these financial problems and running into financial problems and losing friends and a lot of business troubles, he wanted to pursue his creativity through art and animation. Then later he started an animation studio with whatever money he could find out. And eventually that also did fail to take off, and that also went into bankrupt. And he later made a cartoon which was called as the Mickey Mouse, and he went about searching for distributors for it. He was rejected by all the distributors, saying a mouse, and that too a talking mouse, would only scare people, but it will not make it more valuable. So he was again rejected. But then he again put in money, found vendors, and then he found it and made a full-length animation movie which was called Snow White. It was the spring season where there was no one, the animation was not heard of, but then he had his mind and instinct to pursue this into the animation world. And the Snow White we know today, how popular it has become and how big success it has become. In spite of all these rejections and all the financial trouble, he kept on pursuing his interest, which was deeply rooted in the purpose of creativity and imagination, which saw him get through these Snow White and other cartoon characters. Later, he established an entertainment theme park called Disneyland, which we all know today is one of the most creative and happening places. Yes, the person behind this is one of the visionary leaders called Walt Disney. The fundamental purpose or the reason or the purpose in which he was deeply rooted is all about creativity and imagination and the innovation in which he strongly believed in. Similarly, Toastmasters is a non-profit organization which was founded by another visionary leader, Dr. Ralph C. Medley, 100 years ago. Toastmasters is not only a platform to help us to develop our communication and leadership skill, but it also helps us to discover the creative and innovation side of us. And a Toastmaster meeting, it gives us ample opportunities for us to bring out more creation and innovation by doing our scripts and manuals. It's one place where you can unleash your creativity and also discover the other side of yours. To take this meeting forward, we have a Toastmaster of the Day. And for Play That Role today, we have a person who is also a highly imaginative and creative person. He is a software professional who is a team lead in one of the IT companies in Chennai. He has a passion for coding and also for music. He is also the person who is going to represent Medley in the District 120 Discover 2025 conference as an evaluation contestant. Let's welcome Toastmaster Jagan as the Toastmaster of the Day.
The theme is Nerdzilla. That's the theme. The VPPR put the Godzilla's image. It just made me so afraid because the hype that there is. I saw myself in that poster. All of you would have noticed and maybe figured it out what this theme is going to be. I will give you the takeaway right away. And then we will unwind and unfold. It is to normalize being a nerd. All of us here, I know DTM Sampath is a nerd when it comes to music. Rajshekhar is a nerd when it comes to running. Jayashree is the nerd of all nerds. She gets on to a speech like anything, like duck to water. We are all nerds in one way. So it is to normalize. There are certain challenges that I have faced in the last 3 months. I want to share with you what stopped me from being a nerd and how I am trying to get over that challenge. Because all of us, as Walt Disney, our presiding officer said, Walt Disney was a nerd. The world is built by nerds. You take Albert Einstein, you take Newton, you take Elon Musk is a nerd. Does that mean that he does not have fun? No. He is a nerd. Only those, as per definition, it says, those who are deeply engrossed in a specific intellectual or technical pursuit are called nerds. Now, there is a footnote. The footnote, it says, on the edge of being eccentric and socially awkward. That we will come to. There is a possibility that nerds can be socially awkward. We'll come to. But the first line, those who are deeply engrossed in intellectual or technical pursuit are called nerds. Now, when you talk to Venkatesan, he will go on and on about IP rights. Every time there is a table topic, he brings somewhere IP rights. And does that mean he is a nerd? Obviously. Now I remember there are people, there was a lawyer in our case, Sunil, you would know. Sunil, every time I see him on stage or any time on social media, he talks lawyer stuff. He talks IP rights, all this jargon. So we have nerds in all of us. So I will quote some examples of people here and also from my own life as to where I found myself to be a nerd. Now, I have 3 instances. I will share the first one. Work. This morning I worked. How many of you work over weekends? The next question. How many of you willingly work over weekends? Oh, you guys are nerds. I am too. My wife keeps telling me, Jagan, why do you have to work? I want to work. It's not that I need to work. I want to work. And I worked last night, I worked this morning. Not required, but I still did. Because I'm just passionate about it. It, one, gives me money. One. It gives me the satisfaction to do. And I'm sure when the guest introduced herself as being a talent acquisition, there was this passion on stage when she said, I'm a talent acquisition at Ramco. And it showed how satisfied you are with work, it shows. Most of us, when it comes to IT, in my case, people say, oh, you are in IT, how is the work pressure? I work over weekends. How is it? Oh, I love it, really? Every time that's the question that comes out. Now, there are folks, for them it's difficult, I don't deny. But if I want to work, it's joyful for me. So work, and there's one challenge I want to mention at work. Let's say our CEO comes in and we have easy access to the CEO. And I have so many questions to ask him, to drill him about the process that there is at work. But we are breaking for lunch. How can I ask 10 questions where everybody in the hall is looking at you? Jagan, please leave us. We have to break for lunch. So because of that, because of that peer pressure, I stop. I stop from not asking questions. And that's the challenge when it comes to work. We'll come to the other challenges. There are some such personal challenges that I face when it comes to music, and there is one more when it comes to life that I want to share with you all over the course of this meeting. Before that, a general Toastmasters meeting for the benefit of guests has 3 sections. 1 is the prepared speech section, 2 is the table topic section, 3 is the general evaluation section. Now, we have a general evaluator who will evaluate the entire proceedings and share with us his or her feedback about the meeting. Now, today, our general evaluator is Toastmaster Rajashekar. Now, what is he known for? Yeah, he's a nerd, I'm telling you.
Aviation.
Yeah. I thought I've written it here. He did a TT based on aviation. I said, come on, you're way beyond your role. Why are you doing this? But it was very fulfilling for him and it was informative for us. He's from Coimbatore, he has been residing in Chennai since 2015. He is a runner, that is an unknown side. Every time he keeps sending me messages forward, Jagan, there is a marathon here, there is a run here. And he's also a very big nerd when it comes to running. So, Toastmaster Rajashekar.
Thank you so much for EMOD bringing up this topic actually. Because now I'm feeling like very happy being a nerd. Yes, I'm a nerd. It's like, okay, good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm the GE for today's meeting. As the general evaluator, I'll be evaluating the entire session, the happenings before the start of the meeting, during the meeting, and at the end of the meeting. Include timing, involvement of members, performance of the role players, and then overall proceedings of today's meeting. Evaluation is one of the leaders' qualities which we acquire in Toastmasters to improve ourselves and to help others to improve. We evaluate what we see and hear. At the end, I will be sharing my views about the positive aspects and the areas for improvement about today's meeting. For this, I have 2 teams to support me. One is a quantitative team, another one is qualitative team. Let me introduce my quantitative team members. In Toastmasters, every second counts, not just for the timer, but for every speaker striving for precision and impact. To do the role of the timer, we have a young Toastmaster who is practicing as an advocate, passionate about yoga and exploring new things. Please join me in welcoming the timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Amar Vanchika.
Good evening everyone, my name is Amar Vanchita and I am your today's timer. So my role is to time the timing of speaker's speech. So we have 3 sessions, prepared speech and table topics and evaluate session. So in first session, for prepared speech, There will be a 5 to 7 minutes, minimum of 5 minutes, maximum of 7 minutes. In that, when speaker reach the 5 minutes, I'll show the green card. And when the speaker reach the 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. Yellow card. And when the speaker reaches the 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. So after I show the red card, the speaker has 30 seconds to conclude their speech. If not, they'll be considered as disqualified. And in second session, in table topic, every speaker will be given as a 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At
1 minute.
And then 1 minute 25 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds I'll show yellow card.
2 minutes.
In 2 minutes I'll show a red card. And in evaluate session, it's I think 2 to 3 minutes. In 2 minutes, at 2 minutes I'll show green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes I'll show the red card. So this is the timing rule. So always remember, when I show red card, you have 30 seconds to conclude the speech. And I wish the best for all the speakers. Thank you for this.
For giving the timer's role. Second person in my team, the accountant. The accountant teaches us that the power of pause is mightier than the To do the role of accountant, we have a young Toastmaster who is working as a deputy manager in medical coding company. Native place is Andhra and he is staying in Chennai for last 11 years. Please join me in welcoming the accountant for today's meeting, Toastmaster Uma Mageshwara.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
As an accountant, I note words and sounds that are used as filler words and crutch words. During the meeting, I listen for overused words like and, will, when, so. I'll also listen to filler sounds like I'll also note whenever a speaker repeats a word or phrases. At the end of the meeting, I'll report how many times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
So, without grammar, even the most passionate speech can lose its essence. The grammarian keeps that soul alive. To do the role of grammarian, we have Toastmaster Suresh Kumar, who is a seasonal talent acquisition director from Chennai with deep expertise in IT recruitment. So if your grammar sparkles, you might just earn a virtual offer letter. You'll never know. But he is not here to hire, but to inspire us with the power of his precise language. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Suresh Kumar.
Thank you, Ji, for the introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
My name is Suresh. I'm going to play the role of grammarian today. So my role is to observe and highlight the effective use of language. I'll also be paying close attention to interesting phrases, strong vocabulary, and correct usage of grammar throughout the meeting. I'll also gently point out if any language slips or grammatical errors, not to criticize, but to help us all grow as a better communicators. So with that, I would like to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is fortitude, as you can see over there. So fortitude means courage in pain or adversity. Strength of mind that enables someone to endure challenges. Example, she faced every obstacles in her life with great fortitude. Okay, I repeat, she faced every obstacles in life with great fortitude. I encourage all the speakers, including role players and table topic participants, to incorporate this word fortitude in their speeches today. And so at the end of the meeting, I'll be showing the full report covering the usage of word of the day and any interesting phrases or any areas of improvement. So I wish all the best to the speakers. I look forward to witnessing the fortitude in everyone's communication today. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh, for setting the rule, in the explaining the role of grammarian, and I hand over the stage to Team.
Thank you, Ji. This session, the upcoming session, is called the new member orientation. Generally, it does not happen in every meeting, but whenever a list of members, a group of members join, it is the responsibility of the club and the vice president membership to welcome them into the club. Now, to conduct the new member orientation, we have a nerd. Now, I mean it in a good way when I say it on stage, because in the division contest, we had just attended the division contest at Verizon. There was a keynote speaker called K. Subramanian. This guy was talking about books. And in the entire room, I think Amrita and I would have had made notes. Maybe others could have, but Amrita, what book is he going to say? What book? She was making notes. I noted this and I asked her, if there is some aspect of you that people would call nerd, the first thing that came from her mouth, people generally call me bookish. And she has spent nights reading books, and I could resonate with her over a period of time. Lately, I've started cultivating this habit that no matter what the time is, if it's very interesting, like how we spend time on TV series, to read books. That's something that I've realized. And today, Amrita is the vice president membership, and she would conduct this new member orientation. Amrita.
Thank you, Jimmy. We have new members joining our club as of today, so we will start with the induction ceremony. New members bring excitement and enthusiasm to the club, and they increase our probability of learning. As the Vice President membership, it's my privilege and pleasure to induct 5 of our new members today. I request the members to come to the front as I read out their names. Toastmaster Amar Vanchita, please come. Toastmaster Balaji. Toastmaster Gopi Kumar. Okay. Toastmaster Subhanya. Membership in Medley Toastmasters Club and in Toastmasters International, it's a privilege that carries with it many rewards. Yet it also places certain obligations upon you. We are a group of people brought together to do things we could not accomplish alone. Our collective obligation is to grow and improve ourselves and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. We ask you, our new members, to dedicate yourselves to personal growth and to help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. New members, please listen carefully as I read out the Toastmasters member promise. In the presence of the members of Medley Toastmasters Club, I promise to attend meetings regularly and to prepare fully for each event, to apply myself to the program outlined in the Toastmasters manual, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, and to build open, friendly relationships with my fellow members, to bring new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Will you promise to stand by these obligations? Thank you. I request all Medley Toastmasters to please raise your hands. As Medley Toastmasters, we pledge to support our new members in their quest for self-development, to provide them with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, and to make their Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. can write put in a journal. Thank you very much. Congratulations on behalf of all the members and best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are on dot for prepared speeches. Thank you, DTM Sampath, for correcting me. It is new member induction. And in the groups, we say NMO, NMO, NMO. I got the GMO. Okay, what is this NMO? I thought it was new member orientation, but it seems to be new member induction. Moving on to the prepared speeches, we have 2 prepared speeches and an active listening project. The first prepared speech is from Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. Before introducing him, I'd like to, as evaluator, to share the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Kimberly. Toastmaster Raja Annamalai is giving the speech from the pathway motivational strategy, level 1, project 3. It's about introduction to vocabulary and body language. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice using vocabulary or body language to enhance the speech. The duration is 97 minutes.
Thank you, Dinakar. Toastmaster Raja Annamalai is a vice president at Standard Chartered Bank. He is from Salem. His motto is lifelong learning. That is what he believes in. From where I understood his passion was the last speech that he delivered, if everybody remembers, it was with pebbles, sand, it was right here, and it set the bar so high. For a level 1 speech, somebody would put in that much effort to put in having sand, pebble and all that right in front of us. That's the level of commitment he has. Let's welcome Toastmaster Raja Annamalai. Raja Annamalai is delivering a speech from Motivational Strategy, Level 1, Project 3, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The title is Power of Yet, One Step at a Time. The power of yet, one step at a time. All the way.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Have you ever felt like quitting even before you have begun? A few years ago, I signed up for a 10-kilometer marathon. But the real test began not at the starting line, the day before. The race was set to begin at 5 a.m. at a remote location which is 25 kilometers away from my home, and the reporting time was 4:30 a.m. The day before, it was an exhausting day for me because due to back-to-back meetings, endless calls, and a mountain of stress. By the time I hit bed, it was at 12:30 a.m. Barely 2 to 3 hours of sleep, it was ahead of me. My wife looked at me with a concern. Are you sure you still want to go for a marathon? I smiled. Not with certainty, but with conviction. Yes, I whispered. The alarm rang at 3 a.m. My inner work has started. My subconscious mind was saying, you are exhausted. Stay in bed. You deserve for a rest. My conscious mind was saying, wake up, it's time to run and rock. During the battle between my minds, I decided to rise. I made my way to the parking lot and I stepped into my old Sandro car and tried starting. It struggled. It made choking sounds, but it didn't stop. Like Superstar in one of his movie, Padikadavan, I whispered, Lakshmi, start. Lakshmi, start. After a few attempts, finally it started. So, the city was asleep. I was driving slowly with a tiredness and a sleepy mood. My inner mind was pushing me and urged me, fast, it's you have to go for a join and run, it's time. When I reached the venue, I saw thousands of runners with full of joy, excitement. The MC was cheering up the crowd and with the loud music. The people were stretching, warming up, laughing, taking selfie. and getting ready together. The race began at the 4th kilometer. My knee ached every step. Even my palms were hurting too. Because I was wearing the wrong shoes. So it was not a low cushion, low comfort, low grip at all. So it was not meant for a long run. So I was about to give up. I almost stopped by the time, but before that, I saw something that changed, my heart was, and when I saw I noticed something, and then it has awakened my spirit. So there were elderly runners, 60, 70 years old. They were still running, still strong and running. There were physically challenged participants. They were on their wheelchairs with the crutches. They were still participating. Not only they were participating, but they were still ahead of me. That moment hit me very bad. My inner voice asked, if they could push forward, what excuse do you have? Then I immediately pulled out my neckband, and played my favorite motivational songs and tracks. Mun sellada, munne sellada, dhairiyame thunai. With each lyric, my body felt refueled. The music, I was not just playing for music, so I was downloading the courage and the absorbing power. I told to myself, you are not fast yet. You haven't reached the finish line yet. The word yet became my mantra, became my rhythm, became my momentum. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, whatever you do, keep moving forward. I was not running just for a medal. So I was moving forward to rediscover my strength, to prove that I can do anything with my willingness. So, dear friends, so when I reached the cross line, there were no cameras or no flashlights, no confetti and all. But still, there was a fire igniter, because that is the loudest voice of all my own doubts. Dear friends, next time when you feel like your legs are tired, your heart is heavy, and you feel like you want to give up, and your inner mind says that I cannot, just remember the word yet. Yet, it's not just a weakness, it's not a delay, it's a promise. It says that your story is still being written. And there are chapters still ahead. So I would like to conclude this, keep moving forward, one step at a time. Thank you.
That is an example of how a simple turn of events of preparing for a run and running can be changed and converted into a motivational speech. And it is only possible if someone is deeply engrossed in a specific intellectual or technical pursuit. That's the definition of. I somehow have to come back to this theme. No, truly, genuinely, that's the definition of a nerd. And I've seen Raja Nammalai deliver speeches. It is of that quality. Moving on to the second speech is from Toastmaster Harini. Now, before introducing Toastmaster Harini, I would request DTM Sampath to share the project objectives.
Good afternoon. Toastmaster Ali, Toastmasters and Toastmaster Harini. Toastmaster Harini is doing a project which in my opinion is the most important one in development. Because all progress we make in Toastmasters is based on evaluation and feedback. So this project was not there in the old system, legacy system. It's a very nice thing they have introduced. Give a speech, get some feedback, give a speech again, making those, incorporating those improvement suggestions. This is where we are going to improve throughout our Toastmaster journey. This is a start from it. The purpose statement says, the purpose of this project is to remember to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. She has already delivered the first speech and she is now on the second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from the first speech. Please note that time is 5 to 7 minutes, which is the normal time for Toastmaster speech. And wish good luck to the speaker and nice hearing to all of us. And T.M. Modi will introduce the title of the speech.
So to introduce Harini, I asked her same question. She gave me mix of answers, but there is one thing that's very common. She was very good at academics. She is very good at academics even today. She loves to pursue excellence, and she loves nature walks. I mean, nature walks in the sense when you love certain calmness. The outside fun I don't want, but the inside fun is what I want. And she loves doing yoga, and she's a mother of two, proud mother of two, and she has a professor at home, which a teacher, and it all works out. Toastmaster Harini. Toastmaster Harini is delivering a speech from Motivational Strategies, as the evaluator said, Evaluation and Feedback Part 2, Native Intelligence, the Wisdom we Forgot. Native Intelligence, the Wisdom we Forgot. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Second. Unga toothpaste uppu irukka? Have you heard about this?
Yes.
Okay, it's a commercial, so I'm not here to sell any product. And also, does our toothpaste have charcoal?
Recently incorporated
Yes.
charcoal paste, brush and everything.
Yeah, today that's very important. And I just kept wondering, my father-in-law always says, this is what we have been doing for ages. We brushed our teeth with charcoal and salt, and today somebody is branding it as a product saying, does your toothpaste have salt? Does your toothpaste have charcoal? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. Today I am here to talk about the forgotten wisdom, our native intelligence. Colonialism just didn't take away the resources, it really altered the way we looked at ourselves. There were age-old practices which our forefathers and our rich culture and traditions offered, which we failed to trust and value, whereas whenever something that came from the West, we started appreciating much more. This can be systematically seen in different aspects of life, whatever we have been following and adapting. For example, I want to say, what is this? Topukarnam. So Topukarnam is something that we easily do when we go to a corner of the street where you see a god, or it's a punishment that is given in our school. But today that is called super par yoga, which is a patented thing in the West. It's called super par yoga. This is not the only thing. There is a whole lot of buzz around this mental wellness. We have been talking about mental wellness in corporates, in schools, in whole lot of way that we have been around.
But this mental illness, mental health is being very much ingrained in our way of life, in our Indian way of life. I spoke about this even during during my last speech, where I spoke about mandalas. So mandalas were something that we have been doing on a daily life in our household, where our mothers put kolam, and also we celebrate with vibrant colors with rangolis whenever there is a festival. But this has been promoted by psychologists and counselors that mandalas help to reduce stress and anxiety, which our mothers and grandmothers very easily did as part and parcel of their life, which gave us a lot of calmness and also peace and a lot of satisfaction whenever we involved and did that as an activity. So I want to talk about different such things, what we have been practicing in our Indian households, and how wise we Indians were in our thought process, and how intuitively we did certain things. So that is called native intelligence. Native intelligence isn't something that is taught through formal training or education, but whereas it's that is coming to us very instinctively. The way that we look at a problem, the way we approach a certain thing, instinctively is called native intelligence, and we were rich and abundant with native intelligence. So some of these things I related to myself. Do you know this? Today we have a lot of research that's going on around stem cells. Stem cells, it's helping to correct a lot of illness. If you recall, so there is talisman, you call it Tayathu. So in Tayathu, in those days, we preserve this umbilical cord, and that's been kept it's around your neck or in your hands, or it's tied around the legs, and when there is a danger, I think they bite it and they think it's a cure. So this is something, it's been, if you look at like 200, 300 years back, we had such deep-rooted scientific things that we have been adopting, which we didn't think as science, but we thought it's a superstition, or it's something very easily we call when something is being told by our ancestors, we say like, we are uncivilized, or in simple terms, we are country brutes. So that is how the West called us. And again, when I'm talking about mental wellness, I need to talk about the postpartum depression that women go through after a childbirth. If we take the kind of socializing thing or the community that we lived in, how at 8 months we are gone to our mother's home, the mother takes care of the newborn and also her daughter, and the kind of social construct that's around in raising the baby is not something that's happening in West, and where they talk about a postpartum depression, the inability to raise a child, and they speak about concepts like co-sleeping, which we are doing on a daily basis. We sleep with our children, and they say like co-sleeping is a mandated thing for the child to have an emotional bond with the parent. See, something what is discovered there and it comes back to us, we think that's a gospel truth, and that is how we are whitewashed in our minds. I want all of us to think and reflect many such practices that is around us, which we fail to recognize, which we fail to trust, which we fail to appreciate. And this 5 to 7 minutes is not enough for me to recall and then tell about many such things that's in our life. I could recall some of it during my last speech, and I tried not to repeat them again here. And I did speak about this Padaya Sadam, which today is called this probiotic fermented food, which is good for our gut. Old food in new jar. So friends, there is a quote by Aurobindo which says, India's treasure doesn't lie in museums, it lies in the way of life. There are animal-assisted therapy which is called going and hugging a cow which gives emotional healing in some Western country. They are doing that for a paid service. They go there and then pay and then hug the cows to get emotional healing, which we have been doing. There is gratitude journaling, which they say it's going to help you have a sense of thankfulness, which we do. We pray to God, not God, we pray to mountains, we pray to rivers, we have this Thanksgiving festival, which is our harvest festival. So gratitude is again in the way of life we live. So I want you all to rise, reclaim, and then reinvent our lost wisdom, and then start appreciating it in each and every aspect of life, and practice it through awareness and gratitude. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harini. Before moving to the next